You've probably all heard by now that there was a terrorist attack on Bondi Beach on the evening of December 14th, 2025, at a celebration event for the first day of Hanukkah. I'm not going to go into too many logistics and details about the actual incident. I'm not a news outlet or anything like that. I don't want to be spreading misinformation or anything of the sorts. As of right now, I know that there have been 16 confirmed deaths from it, one of which was one of the shooters. And unfortunately, since the attack took place, social media has been a very hard place to be on. There have been certainly so many posts and people reaching out with their condolences, their prayers, and their thoughts, and hoping that everyone is safe. However, there has also been the complete opposite. Earlier this year, there was a march that was, a protest that was done by numerous individuals in Australia that they were being racist. Like, to paraphrase and to just get straight to the point, they were being incredibly racist and wanting mass deportation out of the country for numerous individuals who have either come to the country themselves or have had family in the past do it. Even though they are here legally and have a right to live here, they have been targeted in such ways. And no surprise that after this attack, those people are speaking out again. There were numerous comments calling that, oh, this is Pauline Hanson's time to lead the charge and make it better tomorrow. Or, hey, One Nation hasn't looked that better. To all those people, I pray that one day you get better. I'm very fortunate to be able to call this place my home, and I think that is a right of everybody that lives here, is that they can call this place home because it is what it is to them. Back in the second half of the 1900s, when so many people in need needed it, Australia opened their arms to them and welcomed them in to become Australians and call this place their own home. And I don't think there was a better decision in Australia's history, because that is what Australia is. We are a nation of so many different backgrounds and cultures, but there is always one thing that ties us together, and it is that we are Australians. And that's a message that I aim to always uphold in everything I do and the person that I am. No matter who you are more than welcome here. As long as you uphold that value as well, as long as you don't persecute or hate anyone for their background, their faith, who they are, the color of their skin, the sound of their voice, their sexuality, as long as you are not doing something to harm someone, then Australia is your home, regardless of who you are. To be perfectly honest, as I was watching the news last night, it was absolutely incredible to see that so many of the brave Australians that stepped in to help when the time called for it were not what many would picture as a typical Australian. They were from nations across the sea. They were from different backgrounds and faiths, but they saw a crisis of their fellow man and they acted. I was looking at some of the footage, and it's always one of those cases of, if I was in that situation, yeah, absolutely, I would do the exact same thing, but you never know until you're in the situation. There's one piece of footage, and it's spreading like wildfire, throughout the internet. It was one of the first pieces that I saw, and it was a man called Ahmed Al Ahmed. I apologize if I got that name wrong, but he is a shopkeeper. Once again, I don't want to go into too many details in case I give misinformation, but is a shopkeeper, about 60 years old, from overseas. I can't remember exactly which country and nation, but he disarmed one of the gunmen. He came up from behind, put his life on the line for people he's never met and does not know, tackled him to the ground, and pulled the gun from his hands. And even just thinking about that clip right now, I'm getting goosebumps, because it is one of the most heroic things that I have ever seen. Thankfully, he is okay. He did get shot once or twice. Once again, don't want to go into too many details, but he is in a stable condition, and by God, he is an absolute hero. Everyone on the news was talking about how, who knows how many lives that man saved. And I can tell there are so many people that want to meet this man and say thank you. And apologies, this is not to discredit. There are countless other people on the ground assisting the police with getting people to shelter, tending to wounds, just notifying police that someone needs your help that way, there's a gunman over that way, everything like that. There were countless people, and I watched so many of them on TV, and it's honestly just absolutely astounding, because yeah, I'd like to think that I could do that, but you never know. If it happened, chances are you would just freeze up and find shelter and hide it out. But these people just went straight in. There was one individual, once again, from overseas. He's only been here a month. And he came down to Bondi just for the afternoon, and he jumped into action. He was helping, I think he was helping a pregnant woman get to safety, and he was helping others. And it's those sort of heroic, courageous acts that live on in everyone. It's been obviously such a devastating night, and I can't even imagine what those that were there were going through, and how the Jewish community are feeling at this time, because unfortunately this was a targeted attack against the Jewish community on the first day of Hanukkah. The news was broke to me as I was on the phone with my grandma. She told me about it, and immediately I had to hang up, because I've got two co-workers that live in Bondi. Thankfully they are safe, but as soon as I heard the word about that, my mind was on, I need to ensure that they are safe and make sure, and thankfully they are. But as I close out this video, I just want to reiterate, do not let this be a spark for hatred. If you're going to feel anything, feel sorrow and remorse for your fellow Australians in this trying time. Be there for them, support them. Just don't let this be a time for hatred to get the upper hand, because it cannot do that. We are Australians. We are a multicultural country, and everyone has the right to call this place home, no matter where you're from, who you are, your sexuality, your everything. As long as you do not intend to ever hurt anybody, this place is your home. And yeah, I'll leave you with the words that I always live by, is be good, be kind. Bye-bye.